Hey gang, it's time to talk about assignment number 2, which is your progress report of the goals that you set. So this is basically more of a reflection assignment where you've created the goals in the previous assignment and now you get to reflect on them. What kind of progress did you make? What are some challenges? How did you adjust? What are future adjustments you need to make, etc., etc. So starting it off, I want you to restate your technical goal. So I want it to be just restate what the specific and the measurable aspect of that goal was. All right, so don't forget, sometimes students forget to write this out, but I still want it specific and measurable. So it's very clear and easy for me to see what the goal was, and it also allows you to just restate what your goal is that you're reflecting on. Okay? Then you highlight one of these options, right? So what rate of success did you achieve in terms of your goal? Did you 100% achieve your goal? Is it partially there? Maybe it's at 75%. Maybe you're still a long way there, 50%, right? So just kind of highlight one of these options for the goal. Now, um, let me just make it clear you're doing this for your technical goal, and then after that, you're going to also do it for your tactical goal over here. So sticking with the technical goal, answer the 3 questions, right? Question 1, in terms of the progress, explain what improved and why by giving me 2 precise examples, okay, of what aspect improved. Remember to discuss your actions when answering this question. So your goal is built on, 3 actions that you kind of set for yourself that you can work on. Well, that should be discussed in your in this part, right? And essentially, you don't want to oversimplify. So you don't want to, say something like, "I got better at my goal because I practiced it," right? Sure, but that's very vague, not specific, right? Where are your examples? So just make sure you elaborate on that for that question, okay? But you're talking about your progress, only about your progress and what improved, okay? In terms of the challenges, so that's question number 2, explain what difficulties, challenges you had by giving, again, 2 precise examples. What actions can help maximize your improvement? So here are some difficulties, here are some challenges. I'm not quite at my goal yet because of, A and B. And what are some actions that can kind of help you improve, right? Maybe you have to tweak an action. Maybe one of the actions wasn't quite right, and you realized, oh no, that action I'm pretty good at. Maybe my footwork's pretty good. Maybe my passing movement is good, but maybe it's something else that needs work, right? So you can discuss what those actions can help you with. And then finally, question 3 is, what are some adjustments that you made along the way to ensure that you're on track for success? Okay. So overall, with this goal, did you achieve the benefits you hoped for? Okay. So that's kind of those 3 big reflection questions that you're talking about. And then you do the same thing for your tactical goal over here. So same 3 questions, but now talking about tactics. Okay. As for your attitudinal goal, you do the same thing. You state specific, measurable, your rate of success. And then it's just one simple question, right? So I want you to reflect on both the progress and maybe some challenges in regards to that goal. And how is it, or maybe not, helping you to improve your skills in the sport, okay? In this case, basketball, for this example. All right, so that's important as well, that you kind of give me a brief explanation of that over here. Now, before I go over to part 2, just things to note, right? Like I said, don't oversimplify, but also a good rule of thumb when answering these questions is to practice kind of like the 3-chain link, right? So that's an example where you're basically linking 3 things together to answer the question, right? So let's say you're talking about your progress or your improvements, right? So you can say, let's say, the the reason why I improved is you're looking to your actions. You can say, by being able to really bend the knees in my stance, um, allowed for a lot more power in my shots, which eventually allowed me to get longer shots in, which helped, link my 3 pointers in, right? So you there you have 3 links. Right? I'm talking about my action. I'm talking about my knees being bent, or maybe the position of my arms, or the footwork that I'm using, right? And what does that create? Well, that creates power, more power for my shot, which essentially allows me to shoot the ball from a further distance, right? So you're kind of like linking those 3 things together, right? Rather than just saying something like a two link, which is like, well, due to my footwork or by me bending my knees, that allowed me to get longer shots in, right? That's 2 links right there. I'm going to ask, well, why? How? Right? Well, by generating power, by making sure I'm getting open, right? So, like, that's what I mean by that 3 links. So that helps a lot for when you're answering these questions. Okay, just a little a tip to better reflect. Okay, let's go with the second part. So now this is going away from your goals. So the two kind of first parts, this first part over here is all talking about your goal, progress, adjustments, difficulties. Now I want your overall skill in the sport. Okay, so um, here this question. So obviously I want you to complete the checklist and the skill testing. So as you'll notice on layer, I resent the checklist. So I want you to redo that initial assessment like we did for the first semester, right? Giving yourself marks from 1 to 5. And to see if there's been any improvement and stuff. So redo that checklist, then come back here and answer the questions. The question is, think back to all the drills, the scrimmages, the discussions, your class participation, right? Your personal prep that you did, right? Think of all that, and now critically reflect on your progress and improvement of your overall skill in the sport. All right, and obviously, besides your goal, are there any tactics or technical elements that significantly improved this semester, or perhaps influenced your game in a positive manner? All right, so this is your chance to explain to me, what did you learn in this class? What are some improvements you saw? What is some progress you saw overall? All right, not specific to your goals. Think of everything else that you learned in this class. Okay. And then question 2 is, what aspect of the game do you still have difficulties with and you still need work? And what could you have done differently, per se, to maybe see a better improvement overall in your skill, right? So simple questions to answer, but just make sure that you elaborate properly and it's not just point form, and you make those links. The more links you make, the better your answer is going to be, right? The better reflection. That's pretty much that. Your rubrics is over here, so you can see how everything is marked. It's on 10. This is 10%, so a little bit less than assignment number 1. And yeah, let me know if you have questions. You can come see me. You can run your ideas by me. I can take a quick look at it. And yeah, best of luck. All right. We'll see you in class.